Introducing fractions for primary school. What is a fraction? To put it simply, a fraction is part of one whole. Imagine that you have one pizza and you need to share it with many people. So, what would you do so that everyone will have an equal piece of the pizza? The first thing to do is to cut the pizza into different pieces. If there are 6 people, you will need to cut the pizza into 6 equal pieces so that everyone can have a piece of the pizza. If there are 8 people, you will then cut the pizza into 8 different pieces so that all 8 people can eat the pizza. Each smaller cut pizza is a fraction of the larger original pizza. So, a fraction is part of one whole. Now, let's move on to halves. What exactly are halves? If you cut a piece of object into 2 equal pieces, it means that you are splitting the piece of object into 2 halves. 2 equal parts make a whole. Now, we need to express halves as fractions. Now, I want to introduce 2 terms, the numerator and the denominator. The numerator is the number of parts of the whole. The denominator is the number of total parts. To express halves as fraction, we will write the numerator on top of the denominator. Let's try one example. Using pizza as an example, we need to share one pizza with 2 people. This means that you need to cut the pizza into 2 equal pieces. This means that you are splitting the pizza into halves. Remember, numerator is the number of parts of the whole. The denominator is the total number of pizza slices. Now, we need to learn to express the cut pizzas as fraction. After cutting the pizza into halves, there are now 2 equal pizzas. One cut pizza is expressed in fraction as 1/2. The 1 is written on top of the 2. The fractional term 1/2 means that one cut pizza is part of the total number of 2 cut pizza slices. In this case, we are splitting the object into 2 equal parts. Now, let's try another example. There are 10 students who play soccer. Let's try to divide the group into 2 equal teams. This means that we are going to split the 10 students into 2 halves. How many players do you think are on each team? By dividing 10 students into 2 teams, we are going to have 5 players in each of the team. In fraction terms, each team is expressed as 5/10. 5 is the numerator, the number of the parts of the whole. 10 is the denominator, the total number of students. Now, let's look at some more examples. Which of the following shapes have one half shaded? Next, we will learn about quarters. What are quarters? For equal parts, make a whole. Splitting an object into 4 equal parts is to split the object into quarters. A quarter is expressed in fraction as 1/4. 1 is the number of parts of the whole. 4 is the number of total parts. Now, let's use the example of a pizza to understand what are quarters. This time, we need to share a pizza among 4 people. We need to cut the pizza into 4 equal pieces. After you divide the pizza into 4 equal pieces, each piece of pizza is expressed in fraction as 1/4. 1/4. Remember, 1 is the number of parts of the whole. 4 is the total number of pizza slices. Now you know about the basics of fraction, let's move on to more challenging concepts. In this case, we need to share a piece of pie among 4 people. Sarah ate a quarter of the pie. How many pieces did she eat? The answer is, Sarah ate 1 piece of the pie. Okay, After Sarah ate one piece of the pie, how many pieces of pie remain from the whole pie? Can you try to write your answer as a fraction? The answer is 3 pieces of the pie remain. To write this as fraction, you will write 3 over 4. 3 is the numerator, means that 3 pieces of pie remain. 4, the denominator, is the possible 4 pieces in total. 3 over 4 is also known as 3/4. If Sarah are all 4 pieces of the pie, it means that she has eaten everything, the whole pie. 1 whole is represented by the number 1. 4 over 4 is equal to 1 whole. When the numerator and denominator are the same number, this equal to 1 whole. Let's try some examples. Which of the following shapes have 1/4 shaded? Now, let's move on to learn about eighths. If you divide an object into 8 equal pieces, we are dividing the object into eighths. 8 equal parts make a whole. Each part is expressed as 1 over 8. If you need to share a pizza with 8 people, you will need to cut the pizza into 8 different pieces. Let's try an example. If I have 16 lollies that I need to equally divide into 8 lolly bags, and I will give the bags to 8 friends. How many lollies will each friend receive? Can you try to write your answer as a fraction? The answer is, each friend will receive 2 lollies each. To write this as a fraction, you will write 2 over 16. Each bag will contain 2 lollies and each friend will get 1 bag. That's why each friend will receive 2 lollies each. Now, let's try some examples. Which of the following shapes have 1/8 shaded? For more resources like this, you can sign up and learn more at Tuition Near Me.